So the first thing which we are going to do in this video is set up the Vuex store for us to check inside the menu component whether the user is logged in or not. So we'll be using Vuex. I think I already have Vuex installed, but if not, what you need to do is do npm install Vuex and save it. Okay, let me see if I have that package. No, I don't. So fine, we'll install it. Okay, and once it's there, we'll first close other things. Okay, and we'll create a store.js. So inside our source directory, we'll create a file called store.js, and in this we'll do import view from view. We'll import vuex from vuex. Okay, and then we'll need to say view use vuex. Okay, now with that done, we'll need to do a debugging thing as well. No, it's a typical thing. Debug equals. Okay, so we are creating a constant debug, which it's, if it is the node environment is not production, then it will be kind of false. So when that done, export default. We'll create a new vuex instance, and in that store, we'll pass this object. We have modules, which for now will be empty. All the stores which we create will come here, and the strict flag will be equals to debug. Okay, by default, if this is not equals production, then it will be true. So when this is done, we have the store file ready, but we need to create our user store as well, right? So inside our source, inside components, we'll create a user folder and that user store.js. And we have created the store, so let's just import that as well here. Import store from store. Let's quickly see our app. Store is not defined anywhere, which is correct. We have to, where is our view? Yes, here we need to tell that we are using store as well. Now we have made some typo. Let's fix that. Export default. Okay, so far so good. We have the store in place, right? And let's pull in our app, or not the app. Let's pull top menu. Okay, no, we will need the app as well. So the first thing which we are going to do is, I'll just minimize this a bit. Sorry, resize, and yeah, this is the correct size. Fine. So we will have to add the store and use a store. So like our previous Vuex, for the previous version of Vue, things are, the conventions and the concept is similar. Some of the things have changed. So the first thing which I'm going to do is declare a constant state. Okay, then we'll declare another constant which is mutations. Okay, and here we'll also declare another constant. Previously we used to create a separate file for this, but fine. And here we'll do actions. Okay, and with that done, we'll have to export everything. So export default. What are we going to do? We are exporting state, mutations, and actions. Okay, for the state, what are we going to have? We have auth user, which will be null by default, and we'll have a mutation called, let's just say, set auth user. Okay, this is a function where I'll pass the state and I'll pass the user object. Okay, and in that I'll just say state dot auth user equals user object. Okay, this is what we are going to do. And previously we used to have the login action inside our user store, but let's keep it in our login component. Where is our login component? Okay, the enter logic is here. I don't mind that. Only thing is I'll have to dispatch an event before we are redirected to the dashboard, which we will do later on. So first thing is app on app create. Okay, we need to get the store. We have this. Let me see, I need to create an action, sorry, before I do anything else. So set user object equals, okay, no, sorry, not equals, this the syntax is a little different. It's a function, and in this I'm going to use the commit. Okay, and I'll get the user object. This is the syntax. It's new to me as well, but anyways, so with that, what I'll need to do is finally in the new way of previously we used to do dispatch, right? In here we do commit. That's the reason I have that commit, and then the name of the mutation, so this, and I'll pass the user object. So this is my action. Okay, I'll just now in our store I'll import the user store. So user store from, where are we? We are inside the main folder. So I'll go into the components, we'll go into a user and then user store. Okay, and this is what we are going to add in our modules. Okay, app is refreshing and we are here. So far no problem. We need to assign the state in our app. Now in Vuex, with the latest version of Vue, uh, every Vuex variable is like a computed property. Okay, so computed, it will be an object, and in that we need to do something which is called map state. This is the map state comes with Vuex. So map state from Vuex, and in here, okay, map state. Yeah, so if we need to have any other variable like name, no, we can do this and then comma, but right now we don't have any computed property. So map state, and then it's an object where user store will be coming from state dot user store. Okay, just to make sure that we are kind of loading the things properly, we'll do user store, and let's see. Okay, so yeah, we are getting the null object, which means the store is coming here. All right, and so the first thing now that we need, okay, by the way, there is a change. We don't need to do JSON anymore. I don't know why. Some things have changed. So you see this error message comes in, and if I just keep it like this, any object by default has the JSON filter. So some changes which I have observed, so I'm just letting you know. Anyway, so what we are going to do is inside created, we know the user store has an action called set user object, right? So we'll call that this dot dollar store. Okay, and then dispatch the name of the action, and we need to pass the user object, right? So for that, what we will do is we'll create a constant called user object, which is going to be json dot parse window dot local storage auth user, right? Yeah, and user object. So let's see, we'll save it. Window dot local storage, sorry, where is the get item, and hit refresh. Okay, so user store is there, which means now you can see that the user store has the access token. So I can easily in my top menu have something like I'll need to get the user store, so I'll copy this. What I'm doing is no, I will have the user store in our menu as well, so that we can check whether the user is logged in or not. So I have imported map state, I created the computed property, and now I'll do if user store, and so basically it's not null, uh, and user store dot auth user, sorry, this will be also auth user dot access token. I think that's correct. Hit refresh. Okay, that's correct. And let me go and quickly delete the user token and refresh. Fine, so we don't see the menu. Let's just remove this. Okay, we don't need that. So what have we achieved now? We have achieved that by default the menu is not visible. We are inside the menu component checking whether the user is logged in or not, and whether the user has an access token. If I log in, it will not automatically update right now because we haven't dispatched an event during the login. But if I refresh, you can see I'm getting this. So the last piece is again, see, I can see the menu because the user is logged in, which I'm going to handle later on. But the only thing is, where is our login page? Inside our login page, again we need to have our store. Okay, keep it here, and have our computed property. Okay, and before redirecting, so yeah, this is the thing, the store dispatch function I'm going to add here. I'm creating the auth user, right? So set item and auth user. So yeah, so what have we done? In case you're confused, I imported map state again. I created this computed property called user store. Now because I have the user store, in this I can do this store.dispatch, and the action name which we have created, which we are also dispatching from the created function of app menu. That's the reason we created the app. So yeah, hit refresh, we see the menu. Let's clear that and refresh. Okay, so our app doesn't show the menu. We hit login, and now we are able to see the menu. Without that, if for some reason, let's say we delete it, okay, anyways we are going to go back to the login screen, and even on the dashboard we don't see. So until and unless we log in, we don't see the menu. So yeah, that's how we have implemented the store. It's a little different in version 2.0, but yeah, I kind of like the idea that the state, the mutations, and the actions are now in a single file. There are a lot of different ways of implementing the store, but yeah, this is somewhat which I managed to understand and got it to working. Yeah, if I find anything new which is better than this implementation, I will definitely create a video out of it. But yeah, so far that is how we use store and we get the user authentication data and make our components aware of it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this series and you like the video, do click on the thumbs up icon and share it on social networking websites. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.